Hello and welcome to Cashed Out Cars. This is a video that I was hoping I would never have to make, but unfortunately the situation happened and I am going to cover what's going on with my Miata. So as you can see behind me, this is my turbo 1993 Miata. That's been my project car for about 6 years, and it's been the spotlight of a lot of videos on this channel. And it has been hit and it has some pretty significant damage. So it's not the end of the world, but in this video I want to go over all the damage on this car, how much it would cost to repair this if I did have a professional shop do the work, how easy it is to total out a Miata, and finally what my plans are with this car moving forward. So before I get into the damages on this car and the cost to repair it, I want to go over what actually happened. And first I want to say that I was not in the car when it got hit, and also no one was injured. So those were definite pluses of the situation, and now I'll get into the not so good side of the situation. This car was parked in a parking lot and it got backed into at what must have been a pretty high rate of speed to cause this much damage. Now, this car was actually hit and moved about 5 feet. I'll put that picture up on screen now, but it must have been hit pretty hard to have been moved that far. Obviously, this thing is a light car and there's not a lot to it, and it was on dirt, but my e-brake was still on and this thing did move literally 5 feet once it got hit. Probably actually better that it was on dirt, so this thing slid. If it were on pavement, it might have stayed in place and more of the damage might have gone into the car. But it was on dirt, it got pushed 5 feet. Now I'll show you what I came out to see when I heard that my car got hit. So I was told that my Miata got hit in the parking lot. I came out and looked at it, and of course, I wasn't happy. I did a good job of holding it together and not getting upset. This car means a lot to me, and I've put countless hours of work into it, and it's something really special to me. But anyway, I held it together pretty good. I looked at the car, and at first I was like, okay, I'll need a trunk lid, I'll need a finish panel, I'll need a rear bumper, but maybe it's not that bad. And that was my initial thought. Then I remembered parts are getting expensive and hard to find. And then once I finally got this thing home, I popped the trunk and found that there was a good amount of structural damage. Not to the point where I don't think it's repairable, but it's a lot of damage, which I'll show you shortly. So I came out, the thing obviously got hit. I measured how far it moved because it moved pretty far. Like I said, luckily it was on dirt, but pretty bad situation. This car did get hit by a BMW X5, and my car got hit right in the center, right here on the soft part of the car. The X5 hit me with the back corner where it's a lot more rigid, and those cars are just bigger and heavier and built like a more modern, more structural car, which is why it was able to do so much damage. And now let's show you the damage on this car. So the first thing is obviously this trunk lid's pretty busted up. We got a big dent right there. The whole surface of it really isn't too nice. We got bulges down there. The whole thing's just sort of tweaked, so that's not good. It's gonna need a new trunk lid. At first I just thought it was the trunk lid up top here, and then I started looking closer, and where the trunk lid mounts is over here, and it's sort of hard to see, but it's dented down there, which shows you some of that impact force was put into the body up here. These hinges right there are mounted up into those plates there, which is why I think that thing sucked down. You could sort of see it here from another angle, just that body is tweaked. It's probably going to need hinges, a trunk lid, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out right there. I might try, but it's probably not going to be worth a lot of time. Obviously, this rear finish panel is pretty damaged. It's pretty dented in. This thing's literally broken off there. It's cracked in a few places. It's cracked here, cracked down there. And then I started to see things like this, which is this metal sheet here that all this mounts to, and that's bent out of place. So that's going to be a pain to get back right. We will get it, but it's going to be annoying. Obviously, this bumper cover's cracked up. I'm just going to try to find a new bumper cover for this. Underneath there is the plastic bumper cover. That thing's probably pretty dented in too. I haven't pulled this off yet, but that's under there. I'm expecting to have to replace that as well. And that's the extent of what I initially thought was the damage on this car. And I thought, okay, cool. It's all going to be off the shelf parts. Swap everything out. It'll cost me, I don't know, several $100s, maybe $1,000 to get nice red parts. And then I'll swap everything back on. And then I opened the trunk and pulled back this carpet here. And you could see that this panel right here is now bowed in. This thing should be straight on a Miata, and it is no longer straight. So that's going to be a pain to get right because that has to sit straight this way so the trunk seals right. And then if you look down here, this structure down there is also bent in. Again, it's not bent in to the point where I don't think it's repairable, but it's bent to the point where it's a problem that needs to be fixed. Also with this, the trunk doesn't actually latch anymore, so it is going to take a decent amount of work to line that back up and make sure all those gaps are right. Make sure this latch goes onto where it should down there. I don't know if this thing's broken yet. I haven't dug into that too much, but that's basically where we're at with this car. So that's the damage. I'll show you a few more pictures from the underside just so you could see the structure bent in and hammered in. And now we could get into the cost to repair this. So if you follow this channel, you know that I do pretty much all of the work on my cars myself, which put me in a bit of a tough spot with this one. I know that I could fix this car and it'll take a lot of my time and effort and my skills to get that done, but I wasn't going to have a body shop repair this thing. To know how much it would have costed, though, to actually get this thing professionally repaired, I did bring it in for a quote just so I had a number in my head. The number that the body shop gave me for parts alone to fix this car was $2,658. Now, that is because that's new OEM parts that were shipped right to the body shop. That's how basically these places work because they want to know they'll get parts. They don't want to put effort in scavenging for used parts. So that's the price that they gave me to replace the parts on this car. Then they estimated approximately 14 hours of labor to replace everything and get all the lines back straight, get all the panels on, and they estimated about 14 hours of paint to repaint all these panels that have been damaged. Like I said, a body shop is very likely not going to search around for panels that are off cars that are already matching, and they're just going to repaint them and get them to match. But that is very expensive work. But it does allow them to turn around cars fast because they're not wasting time looking for parts. The total repair bill with tax would have been around $6,538 had I gone through the shop that I had this quoted at. So that is a lot of money. And that brings me to the next point that I want to talk about in this video, which is how easy it is to total a old Miata. So Miatas are to the point here in 2021 where they're becoming collector's cars. They're very valuable to a lot of people and their values are going up, which is great if you have one of these cars. However, it also means that parts are expensive for them and they're still old cars. So the values on these things range a lot, but they're also pretty easy to total out because they're older, they don't have a ton of crash protection. So for things like this, it's structural damage to your unibody and it costs a lot to fix. Now, a car like mine, which is a higher mileage car, really is not worth $6,500 if it were a stock unmodified car without all the parts that I put into it. For that reason, if you get into a light accident like something like this, there is a good chance that insurance will total out your car, and you really want to keep that in mind if you get hit. Don't let a guy off because they hit your car lightly and they didn't do too much damage and you think it's going to be cheap to fix. These cars are valuable, but they're also expensive to fix, as all bodywork is. And that actually brings me to my next point, that I think I was pretty fortunate, I guess, to have my car have been hit right in the center here and not hit somewhere on the side of the unibody like here, because if it got hit on the side and this frame was severely bent to the point where I couldn't fix it at home, this thing would be totaled and it would be gone. Now, I am going to fix this car myself. I'm going to get all the panels and replace everything and just sort of take my time. I'm going to learn, do the best I can to get everything back here straight and lined up. But I really do think this is fixable. It's not like it's totally shot. It's not like the frame is so bent and destroyed that I'm never going to get this car driving again. I am going to get it driving again, but I need to find parts and I need to take the time to actually get this job done. So if you're subscribed to the channel for this car, we're not losing this car. I will not let this car go, especially over something more minor like this. Even though it's a lot of money in damages, it's something I know I could fix. And I want to keep this car for as long as I can because, quite frankly, I love it and I really enjoy working on this thing. And more so, I really enjoy driving this thing and I don't want to lose what I've done on this car. And so guys, with that, I think we're going to wrap this video up. Let me know down below if any of your Miatas unfortunately have been hit and how much it would have cost to fix them. Also, let me know if your car has been hit and been totaled, because I'm curious how that process went for you. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not really the most enjoyable video or a video that I wanted to make, but since this car is such a big part of this channel, I felt like I had to do it and update you guys with what's going on with it.